Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about different angles, okay, when we're drawing angles we're not familiar with. So we can draw characters from different angles in ways we are not used to. Using primitive figure can help us prime our brain and challenge our understanding of forms in perspective. Once we have the figure we want, we can use it as a reference to help us draw an organic figure. Okay, so the organic figures that I talked about in the previous videos this week, we can use that as well to create an organic figure, right? So we have this extreme perspective right here. This was a very good exercise for me. It definitely challenged me, even as a professional, and I'm using that as reference to draw this figure. Now, it's not one-to-one. I've changed the pose just slightly. For example, with the arm, I felt like I wanted to do that more because I wanted to change the arm. Why not? I'll just use it as reference, not to copy from it. And this was to help me when I'm looking at, for example, like this box. I can understand like how much like I would see the rib cage from under here. I would actually understand like, okay, so the hips will be kind of around this angle as well. We understand like how much the arm will come out to the side. I actually made her look more towards the side right here instead of looking down at us. And the reason for that is because I just wanted to reinforce my understanding of drawing the head from below instead of having the head look down at us. And that's just something that I thought would be better. Now remember, I'm drawing wireframes on these like figures right here to make me like actually understand these planes facing in different directions and how I actually understand that, okay, this is actually wrapping around the form. I'm doing the same with this figure right here around the legs, around the belly right here, on the arms. I'm doing that to just reinforce my understanding that this is actually a physical form turning in space. Here's another figure of a character that I've done. We're looking down at this character, and again, I haven't done like a primitive figure for this character. I'm just showcasing the primitive figure here on this character. You can see how I'm breaking down the gun, how I'm breaking down the arms, and all that stuff. And there's again, I wanted to highlight like how much like things can actually overlap and disappear behind one another. You can see like how much this like leg is becoming foreshortened here and how much like overlap there is. And so it's just like this tiny little like line right there, which is kind of just like in comparison with what this leg. Look at the huge difference. So this is like the how extreme perspective can get in order to kind of like give us a sense of perspective and depth when we look at characters from a different angle. So that is something that can be quite challenging. I think a lot of like artists enjoy playing around with this. It's like a neat little way to impress people when you're drawing characters in perspective like that, because we don't usually see people from these angles, but they can definitely look cool in those angles. But is it easy? No. That's why we're gonna have to practice drawing these characters first using primitive forms, and then we can use those forms as like a guideline to help us when drawing an organic character.